Hi everyone, it's Keith Brink from the Upward Bound Programs. Welcome to our 2026 Sophomore Summer Orientation. First of all, make sure that you have with you your orientation packet. This is something you should have received at the New Student Saturday Academy on May 2nd. If for any reason you were not there or didn't receive your packet or have lost your packet, be sure to contact the Upward Bound office because you'll need that packet to complete the orientation and to mail in the needed forms. So for orientation today, we want to talk about a few things that are important. We want to talk about your packet and the paperwork that you'll need to turn in. We also go over some important dates, which are going to be your move-in dates and your move-out dates. We also have your daily schedule that we'll go over. We'll talk about your academic portion of that, as well as the activities in the evenings and your afternoons that you'll be doing, and even the weekend that you'll be here with us on campus. You also go over the Sophomore Summer Handbook. Lacey's going to go over all of the rules, the things that are in that handbook that are very, very important to you. But we won't go over it in super detail, but it's important that you do read through that with your parents, and you read through that and make sure that you are familiar with all the rules and expectations. In addition, we'll tell you what to bring for the Summer Academy, what you might want to bring, and what you need to leave at home. And then finally, I'll go over and review all of those forms and paperwork that we're going to need mailed back at the end of the orientation. So first of all, sophomore summer is going to start on June 14th. For sophomore summers and for all of our current ninth graders, our rising sophomores, you'll be moving into Gregson Hall on Sunday, June 14th from 2 to 3 p.m. So be sure you've got that marked on your calendars, and be sure if for any reason that you are unable to actually move in at that particular time, let us know so that we can make other arrangements for you. You also don't have to arrive right at 2 o'clock. We have that 1 hour window, but sometimes arrive between maybe that first 30 minutes. We'll be directing you through signs. There's also a map on your move-in card that looks like this that you're seeing on the screen, and that will direct you to Gregson Hall where we'll be staying this summer. We also on Sundays have open lots so your parents can bring you, they can park, you can actually go get your key, get checked in, and then you'll be able to move your stuff in. For parents, we want you to know that you won't be there for more than 1 hour. And then we'll get you all checked in, get you moved into your rooms, and then we'll get to start your sophomore summer experience. In addition, there are some things on this card that tell you what to bring, and Lacey's going to go over those more specifically here in just a moment, what not to bring and what you might want to bring. And again, that map is on there to show you the location of the Gregson Hall and where we're going to be moving, but we'll have lots of signage on that particular day. Also, if you have any questions about move-in, again, if you have any issues with that time or moving in on a particular date, let us know so we can work with you to make an alternate plan. You'll be moving out of the sophomore summer approximately on 2 weeks later, so you'll be there through the weekend, that first weekend, but you'll be moving out on Saturday, June 27th. So you also have a move-out card that's available to you, so it also has information about that. So just make sure again that your parents know that they're going to be picking you up and moving you out of Gregson Hall on Saturday, June 27th from 9 to 10 a.m. So it'll sort of be the reverse of move-in. We'll have signage up, but you'll be able to park in those same locations. We'll be moving all of your stuff, returning your key, and saying goodbye and wrapping up your residential portion of the sophomore summer program. In your packet, you have a schedule of the 2 weeks that you'll be here with us on campus in your sophomore summer schedule. So I want to go over just your academic part, what you're going to be doing academically, and then later Lacey's going to talk about all the specific things that you do outside of your academics, which include your afternoon activities as well as your evening activities and what we'll be doing on that weekend while you're here with us. On your weekly schedule, you'll see that in the mornings you actually go to breakfast early, and we'll be eating in the dining hall, or on Thursdays and Fridays and on Saturdays and Sundays we'll actually be doing a grab-and-go breakfast. Right after breakfast you'll actually be starting your academics, and those academic schedules will be given to you upon move-in. And that's going to have all the classes that you're going to be involved in, all the enrichment, which includes your science, your English, your ACT, different workshops you're going to be in, but all of that will be given to you upon move-in. Each day you'll also do lunch in between your academics, and then afternoon you'll finish up your academics, and then you'll move on to your afternoon schedule, which Lacey's going to talk about here in just a moment. So again, the academic portion of your sophomore experience will kind of follow up on some of the things that you actually got to be involved with during the New Student Saturday Academy, and then you'll do that for the 2 weeks that you're here on campus, and then we'll finish up on that final Friday with actually a really neat field trip to Crystal Bridges that'll kind of capstone your art experience. So now I'm going to turn it over to Lacey to talk about some very specific things about your schedule, the fun things you're going to be doing in the afternoon as well as the evenings, as well as talking about those specific things that you need to know from your sophomore summer handbook.
Hey y'all, it's Lacey, the Director of Upward Bound Programs. So after you have your classes in the morning, we will have some time in the afternoon. We typically start with something that we call personal recreation time, or PRT. That's a time where you really get to choose exactly what you would like to do. So some of our student athletes will want to go to the hyper gym to work out. Some students may want to go to the Arkansas Union and play video games in there. Some students may want to join Carson Brink, one of our advisors in the Mullins Library in the makerspace, doing some arts and crafts. There will be different club options. You might want to play some ping pong or some pool in the residence hall, or maybe you just want to chill in your room a little bit and have some alone time. That's totally fine too. So that PRT is really your time to choose what you would like to do. I will say any activity that you choose to do, you will be supervised by one of our residential staff members. So if you leave the residence hall, you will be with a staff member. And then pretty much every evening we have something planned. We have several things going on. One night we're going to go out to dinner on Dixon Street. So whenever we do that, all of our students and staff will be given $25 in cash from Upward Bound, and you'll get to go out to dinner at one of the restaurants on Dixon Street. Again, that's going to be supervised by our residential staff. We will get to have some fun dining experiences. We'll also talk about tipping, things like that. We'll have a night of competitions. We'll have some nights where we have mentor family activities. So when you move in, you're going to be assigned one of our residential staff members. And that staff member in your small group, you're going to be a mentor family. You're going to compete throughout the summer in some different academic and non-academic competitions, and just have a whole lot of fun and really get to know and support each other. And then as the evening goes on, we will have some time where we will no longer be going around the hall. We'll need to be on our floor. That's our on-floor time. That's really a time to make sure you get your showers in, your teeth brushing, all that kind of stuff. There'll be some time where you need to be in your room. So that's really a time to be wrapping everything up, and then we will have lights out time. And here's our schedule for the second week. You'll notice in your packet that you either received at the new student orientation or you got in the mail, our amazing student council have planned some dates where we are going to have some optional dress up time. So the week one on Wednesday, June 17th, be sure to bring something pink if you have it, because we'll be wearing pink that day. And on week two, we are going to do a matching day. So if you have a friend from your homeschool that you can plan an outfit with, that could be really fun. Or we'll also have some Upward Bound shirts. So maybe you want to match in your Upward Bound shirts. So be sure and pack accordingly for our dress-up days that our student council has planned for us. All right, and in your packet, you also have your sophomore summer handbook. Please take some time to read this in depth, all of our policies and procedures related to checkout, behavior in classes, all that kind of stuff. There are 3 rules that I really like to point out to make sure that you are aware of. These are some rules that are very important to Upward Bound, and they are some rules that we really can't, we don't have any tolerance for. If you do not follow these rules, you're not going to be able to remain in the program. So those 3 rules are no guys on girls' floors, no girls on guys' floors. So in our residential space, we do have our space divided by gender, and you cannot be in the opposite gender's area. The second really big rule that we take very, very seriously is no drugs, alcohol, or tobacco. you just really can't use those substances and be able to continue with Upper Bound. And our third really big important rule is that we do not allow any bullying. So it's very important that Upper Bound is a place for people to feel safe and comfortable and confident, and where they can explore their interests and do fun and interesting things. And bullying is just not something that vibes with the environment that is so, so important to us. The other thing in this handbook is a packing list. So this is the second to last page, and there are things that you definitely should bring. So that includes sheets or a camping bag. What is that called? Camping bag? No, like what you sleep in. Sleeping bag. Sleeping bag. You should either bring sheets and a blanket or a sleeping bag, because you will be provided in the residence hall a twin-size bed, but you will not be provided with bedding, so be sure and bring that. You want to bring your towels and your toiletries. Will be in Gregson Hall, so you can look online at the pictures on the housing website if you'd like to see a little bit more about Gregson Hall. But there will be communal bathrooms, so you'll want to have a basket for all your shower stuff. There are stalls. It's very safe and secure, and they clean it really regularly. It's cleaner than my bathroom at home, if I'm being honest. There are some things that you might want to bring. So like a swimsuit for whenever we go to the hyper pool, a robe for walking up and down the hall after your shower. You might want to bring a gaming console. So we ask students not to do any gaming in their individual rooms by themselves, but we do have several TVs available in the common spaces, and we love it when people bring gaming consoles. I think our Mario Kart competitions have gotten pretty intense, so if you have a gaming console that you'd like to bring, that would be awesome. Some things that you should leave at home. Anything with a fire or a heating mechanism, so that includes candles or like toaster ovens, things like that. Skateboards, rollerblades, and bicycles, you'll want to leave those at home. But yeah, check out this entire list, and if you have any questions, reach out to us on the Band app, and we can definitely answer that.
So hopefully you are now prepared for moving in on June 14th, and we're excited to have you here on campus, but we do need a couple of things back from you. So in your packet, make sure that you have filled out that check-in, check-out authorization form. This is very important that we have that just in case you need to check out during your 2 weeks that you're here for sophomore summer. We also want you to turn in that white student acknowledgement, student commitment form. This verifies that you've watched the orientation, that you're familiar with all the rules, and it acknowledges your participation in the program. There is also that optional request form for absences. It's blue, but you only need to turn that in this time if you have an absence that you know you will be already scheduled during the 2 weeks that you're here for sophomore summer. Otherwise, you can fill those out at a later time if something comes up like a particular dental appointment or some kind of an emergency that you need to be checked out for. You can do that at a later time. But please turn those in. You can either mail those to us, or you can actually send an electronic copy of those forms to us at ubound@uark.edu. So if you have any questions, be sure to contact us. You can contact us again at that same email address, ubound@uark.edu. You can call our main office. You can also text our advisors. That phone number is there. But I know that many of you have already set up your app to do group messaging, and that for you will be the Band app. So if you have that already in place, you can also send text messages and ask questions to our advisors that are listed here. But please be sure to let us know any questions that you might have prior to move-in, or again, if there's any time that you may have to ask us questions about a different date or absences, anything that you need to know that we're here for you, and we look forward to seeing all of you on June 14th.